call yourself a man? You know you're a lying, low-life, motherfucking gambling degenerate prick. You know that's what you are?
Well, hello you degenerate fucks, and welcome to The Degenerate Gambler. It is Thursday, the 30th of September. We're just here with another episode, nap of the week, a bit of review of last week's episode. So yeah, let's get into it. So, last week's bet, and I've said this before, Saturday 3 o'clock, not doing great at it. I don't know. There was some weird results which I'll get to around Europe and in England as well. But yeah, just want to get one up on a Saturday, and then we can build from there. But anyway, So the main bet last week: Everton win 2-0, Liverpool drew 3 each, Fulham draw 1 each, Forest Green 0 each, and Leyton Orient 0 each. I know that 4 or 5 people I know were on Leyton Orient, so they seem to beat a lot of bets. So not great. The overs again. I think I had 1 up out of 5. So Swansea Huddersfield was 1-0. Cambridge Fleetwood was 2 each. It was up. Ipswich Sheffield Wednesday was 1 each, beat. Oldham and Rochdale 1-0, beat. And then Maidenhead Grimsby was 1 each. So look, not great. I say I just want to get that one bet up on Saturday, and then we'll go from there. So my evening bet was even worse, because I did a bit of a mad one where I did a lot of teams to win and over 2.5 or over 1.5. So it was Liverpool was beat, Dortmund beat, Madrid beat, Larne in the Irish League beat, and then Chesterfield beat. So not great. I haven't won anything in the last maybe 2 weeks, so I'm hoping this week that turn that around. The nap last week. So first of all, let me say thanks to Team 8 Betting for giving me the nap. And in the nap, there was a couple of teams that I picked myself in different bets. Again, like I said, some crazy results. So he had Liverpool, United, and Dortmund. All 3 beat. But I mean, Liverpool should have had that game against Brentford won easy. The chances that Salah missed, and the fact that they were 3-2 up with not that long to go. United, obviously, per performance, beat 1-0. Miss a penalty as well to get the draw, but not that would have affected it. But not a great week for them. And then Dortmund had a man sent off against Gladbach and were beat 1-0. So, yeah. Last weekend, I say, it seemed like a pretty mad weekend. So as I do, I looked for the favourites that won, and then obviously now I'm breaking it down by league and how many draws, how many outsiders. So we'll go through that. So in the Premier League on Saturday, there was 7 games, 3 favourites, 3 draws, and 1 outsider. In the Championship, there was 10 games, and there was 6 favourites won, 3 draws, 1 outsider. In League 1, there was 6 favourites win and 5 draws. In League 2, there was 2 favourites won, 6 draws, and 3 outsiders. So you mean 6 draws and 5 draws in League 1 and League 2. Basically half the results are draws. So it's hard to, that's not a punter's, results that. In the National League, 5 favourites, 2 draws, and 4 outsiders won. So in total, in the Premier League, because on Sunday, there was 2 games, 1 draw, and then 1 outsider. So yeah. Sorry, was it 1 winning? Sorry, let me just double check that. I might have wrote that down wrong. Who was in Sunday? Arsenal Spurs. I actually think Arsenal were favourites. Let me double check that just while I'm here. Sunday Premier League. Yeah, so sorry, the outsider was Wolves and then a favourite one, sorry, so there was no draw, sorry. It was 1 favourite and 1 outsider one. So that in total is 9. 9 9 games, and that's 4 favourites, 3 draws, and 2 outsiders. And then obviously all the other leagues there was no other matches. So in total it was 50 games, which was a bit low. I think there must have been some games on Fridays and Mondays, obviously, because there was only 11 games in the National League. When there's 12 teams, there was only 11 games in League 2, so it's a wee bit lower than it was. And there was only 9 in the Premier League, so there was 1 AM games. Obviously Monday night was Brighton. So altogether that was 50 games, and there was 23 favourites, so under 50%. So recently it's been around 50, 55, 60%. There again it's below, so not great. So anyway, move on to Sunday. I had both teams to score in the Arsenal Spurs was up. Both teams to score in Monaco Clermont was up. Lazio Roma, both teams to score, was up. And then I had Southampton to win, which was actually the early game. They drew 0 each. They were beat 1-0 by Wolves. And the last one would have been going on to Chicago and Nashville, which ended up 0 each. I had that overs, so yeah, at least anyway, it wasn't waiting on that, and that beat me. So that was last week. Going on to this week. I'll start with the nap. And if you've seen my tweet earlier, I tweeted on Wednesday. I said I was really excited about this nap, and I am. It's picked by Zoony. Zoony's not a tipster, but he does have a lot of good picks, and he gets a lot of bets up. And he's picked it before, and he does quite well. So rather than me, I'll let him tell you about his bet.
Well, hello, you degenerate fucks. This is Christopher, aka Zoony. I think with numbers on my name on Twitter. I've been chosen to do the nap of the week by the Degenerate Gambler. I'm not a tipster, just a dude who likes to bet and win every now and again, although this current month has been quite shit. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it, but anyway. I've gone for a treble this coming Saturday. So let me explain my reason behind it. I got Torino versus Juventus. I think it's the Turin derby. I know it's a derby, but it's something like that. Let's see. I went for Torino versus Juve. Both teams to score at 1.70. That's decimals, I think. I unfortunately don't know what the fraction one is. The reason why I've gone with that, Juventus have scored in every game in September, whereas Torino has scored in every Serie A game they've played this year. Well, in the season, let's put it that way. Also in the head-to-head, both teams have scored in the last 3 meetings. And I can see it happening again, especially in the derby. And as I said, the stats I just quoted there, so that's what I'm confident on both teams to score in that game. The second game up is Leeds versus Watford. I've also went both teams to score. I think everyone knows that Leeds are still winless in the Premier League, whereas Watford are up to 12th. Leeds have conceded in every Premier League game, so that's already a red flag there for pretty much both teams to score again. Also, Watford have scored in the last 2, so I'm pretty confident the form that Watford are in and the desperation of Leeds to actually win a game that could be very good for both teams to score. That is at 1.62. Then the last game I went for was Ligue 1, as they say in France. Sorry for my French. It's Nice versus Stade Brestois 29. Sorry if I fucked that up. But anyway, Nice are 4th in League 1 at the moment after 7 games played. They've scored 15 and only conceded 3. So their defense is rock solid. I mean, those 3 goals they conceded in 2 games in September. 2-2 draw and I think a 1-0 loss to Lorient. So they shouldn't have any trouble putting away what you go at Stade Brest. Sorry if they are 19th, 2 losses in the last 2 draws and a loss. So not much hope for for Brestois. But the French league can always be unpredictable. But I'm pretty confident that Nice should beat Brest. So all that together that treble comes to 4.46. So yeah, that's my nap of the week, and good luck to anyone on it. Cheers.
Okay, so there we go. Wasn't it great to hear Zoony's lovely South African accent? As I said, I was excited about the bet. I like it. Good odds, some good picks, and some good reasons. So, yeah, I'm hoping that I've already placed that bet now already, and that it pays think I got it at 3.4 something to 1, so it pays £45. So I'm happy with that. If that gets me a free weekend, then I'm more than happy. So we'll move on to my picks now. So this week there was some difficult fixtures. Not like last week. I felt like a lot of fixtures jumped out to me, but this week I had to look a bit harder. And I said they jumped out to me, but I only got one correct out of 5. So maybe I should have looked a bit deeper. But anyway, this week, so the first one I have is League 2, and it's Bolton. Bolton are at home to Shrewsbury, and they are 4-5, which is 1.8 in decimal. I'm looking at the form. Bolton currently sitting 7th. Shrewsbury in the relegation zone on 8 points. Form ways, Bolton's form it's dropped a wee bit. They've got 2 draws, 2 wins, and they lost their last game actually at home to Rotherham, but Rotherham's a good side as well. Shrewsbury away from home have 1 win, which was 5 games ago, 3 defeats, and then they drew their last one against Sheffield Wednesday. So a pretty solid selection, I think. Next so I said that was League 2. It's actually League 1. I forgot Bolton got promoted. The next one is also in League 1, and it's Wigan. Wigan flying high, sitting 2nd. Gillingham, who actually beat my bet on Tuesday night. Again, they beat Cambridge 2-0 away from home, but they're still 18th in the league. Form-wise, Wigan sitting 2nd, still 12 points. Gillingham way down in 15th with 6 points. Form-wise, Gillingham at home. So they've 1 win, 3 draws and a defeat in the last 5 at home. Wigan away have 3 wins, a draw and a defeat. They've won their last 2 away from home. So again, another solid selection. That one is 17-20, which is 1.85 in decimal. Next we go to League 2, and a team who let me down last week with a 0 each draw, but they're still top of the league, is Forest Green. Forest Green play Carlisle, who are currently at 17th. Form-wise, Forest Green have been a wee bit faltering. They're actually sitting 7th, 8 points from 5. Carlisle only 4 points from 5. Form-wise, Carlisle are decent at home. 3 draws, 2 wins at home. So they're a decent home side. Forest Green, 3 wins, a draw and a defeat away from home. They won their last game away from home 4-0. So with that one, it could be a tight game, but Forest Green, they've been knocking at the door for promotion from League 2 for a few years. If they want to get it done, they need to get the results. They need to keep winning every week. So they are 8-11. Sorry, wrong. 6-4. Sorry, that's the best price on the docket. They're 6-4, which is 2.5. Next, we go into the National League, a team I've backed a few times, and it is Wrexham. Wrexham play Aldershot. Wrexham currently 9th, but they're basically a point out of the playoffs, and Aldershot are 21st in the relegation zone with only 4 points. Form-wise, Aldershot, they have lost the last 5 games at home. Now, Wrexham's away form is not great either. They have 2 draws, a win, and they've lost their last 2 away from home. So form not great. So this one with a price, which is 8-11, which is 1.73, isn't giving you great value based on the fact that Wrexham's form is not great. But I do think that they've invested a lot of money, and they've got some good players, and they've got a good manager. So hopefully this week they get their season back on track. Okay, so then lastly, I've actually stolen this one from Zoony, because when I looked at the price on the form, I couldn't resist. I had to take it, and it's Nice. Nice to beat Brest. As Zoony said there, Nice are currently 4th on 13 points. They played a game less than PSG on Lens. Brest are second bottom in 19th, only 4 points. Form-wise, Nice have 10 points in the last 5 games, so they've won 4 and drew 1. Brest only 2 points. So form-wise, look at the home form. Their form isn't, it's 2 wins and 3 draws, not great. They have beat Nice, they beat Brest the last time they played them. Brest away form, 3 defeats and 2 draws in the last 5. So, pretty poor. So that price is 3 to 5, which is 1.6. So altogether, I'll run through them again quickly. Bolton at home to Shrewsbury, 4 to 5. Wigan away to Gillingham, 17 to 20. Forest Green away to Carlisle, 6 to 4. Wrexham away to Aldershot, 8 to 11. And Nice at home to Brest at 3 to 5. Totaling that all up, it comes to 22 to 1. So 10 on that will get me 230. Now I'll just quickly move on to the overs. As you know, we always just say same thing. Are the teams scoring? Do they score against each other? So, excuse me. It is Brighton vs Arsenal, even money, which is 2.0. Blackpool Blackburn, 11 to 10, 2.1. Peterborough Bristol City, 11 to 10, which is 2.1. MK Dons Doncaster, even money, 2.0. And then Wickham Morecambe, 17 to 20, 1.85. Totaling that up, it comes to 31 to 1. So that's about 160 for a fiver. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the bets this week. Looking at next week. Next week is another international break, I think. I think they start on Wednesday and Thursday, I think. But on Tuesday night, there's a full National League, and there is the EFL Trophy, which is a lot of the lower league teams, or the Premier League's under 21s. So there's enough for a decent bet on Tuesday. Wednesday, there's basically very, very little. So there's one Nations League game. There's a Scottish Challenge Cup game. That's basically it. So the midweek might be a bit dry on Wednesday. I think Thursday's when the Nations League and the World Cup thing, whatever, starts again. The qualifying. So there'll be some bets there, but not major. I also think I'll give the NAP a rest next week, because again, trying to get someone to pick a NAP, you know, when you're taking out the top two leagues and half of the third league now in England, because half the League One games will end up being postponed next week. I just think it's unfair to try and make someone pick a NAP of the week. So what I'll do next week is I will have a quick check on my outright bets and tell you that, and I'll also give an update on how much bets, the amount of money I've placed on bets, the amount of winnings, and then what my total is for the season. I think I'm still up. I had that wee bit of cushion there, so even though I've had a few losing weeks, I think I still should be, relatively well up. And so yeah, that's basically everything. It just leaves me to say, if you are doing a bet, good luck and happy punting.
Here, get the fuck out of here. Here, thanks. Let me find out you fucked up. I'll leave you wherever I find you.